Hi, this is Dirk with Remodel AI, and I'm here with another user request. And this person would like some help with a fireplace remodel. And it looks like this is their current room, and this is the look they're going for. So they'd like to basically insert this fireplace into this room. This can be a little challenging if you literally want to put this fireplace in because this off-white isn't going to match this white, so the AI is going to get really confused. If you literally just, copy pasted it in, it wouldn't look great, but that's because the whites don't match. So I'm going to show you a couple ways you could go. I think this is probably a remodel of this room. I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you could go about changing this fireplace without remodel the rest of the room. So in other words, don't change the walls, don't change the floors, but explore new fireplaces. So let me switch over to the app. I went ahead and loaded up your image, your original image. And there's a couple different ways. If you're just wanting to explore things, I would, well, actually, it looks like you wanted to get rid of these corners here. So, real quick, I'm going to brush these out. Let's just pick a color here, maybe that color, and then just get rid of these corners a little bit. It looks like you wanted to go for a rounded corner look. And again, this isn't perfect, but it doesn't matter. We're going to remodel it anyway. Let me pick a different color over here and brush that out. That's a better color, actually. And that's just because I'm going to use an option called reskin, which is going to match existing lines. So let's go ahead and accept that. Let me zoom back out. You can just click this button here. Oops. Or this button here to recenter it. And you can see that looks close enough. And then you can go into reskin and say, let's explore basically new fireplaces that match this existing layout, or at least fairly close. And you can control how closely it matches by going up here in settings and turning this up accuracy. So let's click 0.9 or so. And let's just do something open ended. A beautiful fireplace. I'm just showing, I know you're probably past this stage because you're past the brainstorming stage. You already have some ideas. But this would just be if you're early on, you kind of want to know what would look good here. What does the AI think would look good? And here you can see that's actually pretty cool. It just comes up with tons of different ideas. Um, you know what? It's changing this into the fireplace, so I would say something like a beautiful fireplace with a TV above it to let it know that's a TV. And that'll give you these ideas and keep the TV where it is. And I don't know what style you're looking for, but this is a good way to explore different things. The other way is you can actually go over here and say, I want to use an inspiration image. And I downloaded actually, I don't want to use a style image. I want to use your image. So this image, I'm going to use this as inspiration for the reskin. So now we're going to click generate. And you can see it's kind of using this image as inspiration. It is keeping the TV where it is. So, you could probably just remove this TV and then move it. but that's pretty close. That's also pretty close, although it's kind of messed that up. But you can, again, you can hit generate as many times as you want here until you get, exactly the look you're going for. It did not get the rounded corners that time. That's kind of cool. So anyway, I don't know, what your favorite image here, but we can go through a bunch of these. I'm just going to click accept and continue on and show you how to continue on and do the rest of this. The next thing I would probably do in order to get back to your image is I would probably remove this TV and then move it up here. So the way to go about doing that would be something like this. I'm just going to use let's try the object tool. So just click the object tool and click the TV. You can also brush it out manually and then just say generate. So we're just going to remove this object. I'm going to do a couple more. It's kind of struggling with the shadows over here. I may add the brush and adjust this edge a bit. Yeah, see, it sees this line. I think I need to remove that line. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to use the brush, and we're just going to give it a little bit more room over here. Because it's very hesitant to remove objects when it sees the shadows of those objects. Because, AI knows, oh, there's clearly an object here because it's casting a shadow. So I've given it a bigger area on the mask here and covered this shadow. So I think it'll do a better job of removing here. Let me try one more time. If this doesn't work, I'll show you a different technique you can use, which is just the replace tool. Because all I want to do is remove this TV to move it a little bit higher up, like you had in the original image. That's probably good enough right there. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to use the replace tool. And we're going to say, let's replace this area. A high-end flat screen TV above fireplace. Now this is replaced, so it doesn't have to match. It's not like reskin. It's not going to try to match the existing wall. It's going to insert whatever you say that tries to match this prompt. And again, I could use the style image here. I could actually probably use your style image. I'll actually show you that in a case in just a second if this doesn't give good results. So that's fine. It depends on what size you want to go with. I'd probably want to say, no frame because it's inserting frames, and a lot of TVs have frames like this, but you want a low frame TV. But the other option is you could use, a style image. It's probably actually going to copy what's on the screen as well here. And that's probably what you're going for, something like that. You could go bigger. I think your original image was probably, you know, so big that it went out here, so let's go with that one. So this is how I'd go about doing this. It's basically just using these couple tools, replace, remove, experimenting with different things. So to recap, we started there. I repainted those corners. We reskinned using your original image as a style inspiration image. You could use, your own remodel image. You can use real place fireplaces pictures to do that. And then I removed the TV and then I moved it just higher up. And then one last step you can do is you can always go in here and say you can upscale a room with a beautiful fireplace. You don't have to provide a prompt. You just get a little bit better results doing that. And this will remove some of the weird artifacts and things from all the operations that you've done. There's a difference between the creative upscaler and the accurate upscaler. Creative, I probably should have done the accurate upscaler. The creative one will change details. When you're upscaling an image, it will actually add details that don't exist. So, you can see it change things a bit, but it fixed a lot of those. But I probably want to, let me undo that and say, let's do it again. I'm going to turn down the strength. That's how many details it adds. So let's say 0.35. A beautiful fireplace and TV above the mantle. The prompt just gives it some hints as when it's upscaling what you're going for. You don't have to provide it, but it sometimes get better results if you do. And then I will save that one and post it for you. But that's how I'd go about doing that. Is using a couple different operations, replace instead of the full remodel, which is going to change your floors and your walls and everything else. You can use these other tools, basically remove, replace, reskin. These three you can use at repeated times again and again and again and change more things. Now that I've upscaled this image, I could still continue working on it. I could remove these presents. I could add things. I could add decorations. I could put curtains. You can do anything with these tools. So, give it some experimenting and try and play with these tools and see if you can get great results. Hopefully that helps in your adventure on finding a new fireplace, and I will post these images for you on the forums. Thank you.